What is up, people of YouTube? I am Matthew, and you're watching the Weather World channel. In this video, I'm going to be tracking Tropical Storm ERICK, forecasting it, and doing a ton of analysis to determine if it's going to strengthen, when it's going to strengthen, where it's going to strengthen, and if it's going to be a potential threat to Hawaii, in which a lot of people are saying that. So without further ado, we're going to start forecasting this. Okay, so now we're going to look at some analysis and some general trends as to what the storm is doing right now, and see if we can track it as we go throughout the next few days, especially going into Tuesday and Wednesday. You'll find out why those days are important later. So, just looking at it right now, you can see the storm is currently located in the East Central Pacific around 12.3 degrees north and 129.8 degrees west. This is obviously going to change as I make this video and as I produce it, because this is moving west at 17 miles an hour. So it's going to continue that trend going throughout the next 2 to 3 days. So you can see water temperatures right now are relatively high, especially around Hawaii and to the south and to the east. Water temperatures are around 30 degrees Celsius in this region. Around 30 to 35 degrees Celsius, which if you translate that into Fahrenheit, it's about 90 to 95 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's within that 5-degree range. So the water temperature coefficients are very high right now, which is going to favor a lot of significant development with Tropical Storm ERICK, and it's just going to lead to ridiculous stuff happening, is what I'm trying to say. So, looking at some infrared loops, you can see Tropical Storm ERICK is very well developed as of right now. It only has winds of about 40 miles an hour. I should have mentioned that earlier. But it's still very, very well developed. That's because of the very warm waters that it's in. A lot of that convection and a lot of that instability just kicks off when you have a lot of that moisture and instability. It's actually very, very insane. But you can see right where the eye would be, and this doesn't have an eye because it's a tropical storm and it's not hurricane yet, but where the eye would be, you can see a lot of convection, a lot of intense circulation radiating out from the center of pressure, and you can see a lot of cirrus clouds, a lot of cumulonimbus, a lot of cirrocumulus radiating out from that center of pressure, which actually right now is around 1,003, 1,004 millibars, right around that region, if you want to know. But either way, still very well developed storm. So looking at some water vapor, this is like a more broad view of it. You can see the bands are radiating hundreds and hundreds of nautical miles out from the center of pressure. It basically tells us that it's very well initiated, and it's favorable to be stronger, is what I'm trying to say. Looking at some intensity guidance models now, you can see that a lot of the models guarantee, almost dang near guarantee, that it's going to become a hurricane in the next 48 to 72 hours, which is another about 2 to 3 days. So going into Tuesday and Wednesday, and this is why it's important, you can see around that time is when this tropical storm is going to exceed around 74 miles per hour, which is going to place it at a Category 1 hurricane status. So Tuesday night going into Wednesday, right in that time frame, is when Tropical Storm ERICK is going to become Hurricane ERICK, and it's just going to go downhill from there. It's going to get worse, is what I'm trying to say. So almost immediately, it's going to start strengthening relatively fast, according to the intensity guidance models. Within a good 24 hours, it's going to become a Category 3. That's what the intensity guidance models are saying. And according to a lot of the other analysis that I've done, tropicaltidbits.com and other places and other sources, they all agree that it's going to become at least a major hurricane, or somewhat very, very close to a major hurricane right around Wednesday. And Wednesday, maybe Wednesday afternoon, Wednesday night, is when it'll hit its peak strength. But just a few more hours from there, probably around Thursday going into Friday, it'll start a weakening trend almost immediately. And that'll be because it'll actually run into a high pressure system, which is protecting Hawaii right now. But the general trend of that high pressure system is not fully yet determined, so we'll have to track that as we go, as we get closer and closer to around Thursday or Friday. Looking at the HWRP model, you can also see Monday, Tuesday, it's going to remain a tropical storm, strengthening, obviously, and then going Tuesday into Wednesday, the pressure drops to around hurricane status, which is around 985, 980 millibars roughly. That's roughly around a category 1. That's where that would be. Going into Wednesday, it's going to be around 966 millibars. As you can see, it's going to be very, very strong. Category 2, dang near category 3 hurricane. Again, major hurricane according to this model. And then going into Thursday, you can see immediately the pressure starts to rise. The pressure starts to rise. And it starts to go from 974, 988. But going into Thursday and Friday, it's going to become a tropical storm again. And talking about Hawaii, right around Friday going into Saturday is when Hawaii will feel its most effects from Tropical Storm ERICK. And I believe that it will be a tropical storm when it does hit Hawaii. Probably a weak one, but it will still be a tropical storm. So if you live on the mainland or basically anywhere in Hawaii, take your regular precautions. Be very serious about this. This could be very life-threatening. There could be, at least a foot or two of rain because tropical storms aren't something to play with. It's, still very serious. You could get up towards a foot or two of rain. The models, we're going to still be looking at those a lot when it comes to rainfall totals. But you can see maybe some storm surge will happen, especially on the southern flank of those islands, is when you'll feel most of that storm surge or rip currents. A lot of rip currents, rip tides, a lot of just dangerous a lot of hazardous stuff is going to be happening in Hawaii around Friday and Saturday. So if you live near the beach or anywhere near there or anywhere near any sort of water, then obviously get to higher ground and just get somewhere where you can find shelter from this storm, because this is still going to be very, very serious. And then going to Saturday and Sunday, it'll just pass right on by and, still being a relatively serious storm. And then Monday and Tuesday, it'll head to the northwest and dissipate. Okay guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed this analysis / forecast video of Tropical Storm ERICK. If you guys feel like you want to see more of this kind of content, or you're just interested in weather in general, then please do like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Only if you want to. I'm not going to force you. This is not a cult. So, like I said, I hope you guys got a lot out of it. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.